Welcome, Collective, to Timeless Energy. I'm Barbara. This is a general timeless read. This is entertainment purpose only. If it does not resonate, please do not try to make it fit. Watch out for scammers in the comment section. This is my disclaimer. It will not be me reaching out to anyone. Trust me, I have limited time, and I am not trying to do any extra reads, reaching out, asking for money. Okay, that's not me. Of course, I thank you for the liking. The subscribing helps build my channel. Your comments are always welcome. And there is a link to PayPal if you want to make a donation of some sort. I'm not actually sure how to use PayPal, so that kind of gives you a general idea of how often that actually happens. Okay, now, what was I going to say? Okay, today's read. We're going to start by pulling one of the Runes Oracles. I had some other cards, and I planned on switching them out, but I have been in the process of moving. Okay, Runes Oracle for Timeless Energy. Runes Oracle for Timeless Energy today. Runes Oracle for Timeless Energy today. Spirit, guide me. There we go. Nadiz. Destitution, temperance, rune of necessity, constraint, pain. It has two faces, distress and deliverance, and it is the vital and protective fire. This is a very interesting card for me to be pulling today because I actually did something unusual. I actually looked into the news a little minute. It was very rare. I found that we're right on the brink of World War III and all of that. So necessity seems to be the word sticking out on that card. Let's see if today's tarot cards reflect that energy. 3 cards for Timeless Energy today. 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 Ooh. Huh? That one flew. I have the 5 of Pentacles. Upright. Okay. And one more card for Timeless Energies message for today. Timeless Energies message for today. Timeless Energies message for today. I have the 4 of Swords, and that's in the reverse. A card for Timeless Energies message for today. Timeless Energies message. Ooh, we are just flying out. We have the Ace of Wands. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance. Okay, let's see what we have. Now, you know I like to clarify with the chakra cards. The 5 of Pentacles is the throat chakra. The Four of Swords is a heart chakra. And the Ace of Wands is a crown chakra energy. I actually haven't had a lot of crown chakra energies coming up in the past. And I do have to be very honest with you because of my memory. I do refer to notes with the chakras. To be fair, it has no impact on the reading of the cards. But I need to be straight up with you about that. I have memory loss, difficulties with that. So we do our best with what we have. Okay. The Five of Pentacles. Let's start with the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is Taurus energy. Now, Taurus is very stubborn energy. That is always the first thing that really sticks out because I have actually met a few of them. They are supposed to be compatible with my zodiac. They're supposed to be compatible with my zodiac. But also Mercury energy, which is communication. So it doesn't surprise me that the chakra is the throat chakra with this card. It does not surprise me, not one little bit. Now with the throat chakra, it refers to having intuitive ability, but it also, you feel connected. You feel you can express yourself, which would be the communication easily. You find easy to solve problems, to communicate, to actually pick the right words. That's what the throat chakra is. Picking the right way to communicate, to express yourself. This energy is very strong with Mercury. And with the Taurus being stubborn, you know, stubborn is not a bad thing. Well, sometimes it doesn't work in your favor, does it? But when it does, Taurus can be very down-to-earth people. They can be very conservative people. On the opposite end of conservative, they can also be a little self-indulgent. And that doesn't, you know, that depends on what personal preference would be with who you're dealing with. Now, the thing about the Five of Pentacles, because we're not focusing on the Taurus, we're focusing on the Five of Pentacles, because we're talking about an energy that is self-indulgent and stubborn. We're also talking about the Five of Pentacles, which is maybe the end of the month. You've hit a financial slump, or you're bogged down financially, or maybe it's the end of the month. That's the first thing that popped up because the day I'm doing this read happens to be the last day of the month. So this energy is a financial bogged down end of the month. We've got very strong communication. We've got stubborn. Maybe we have a person who's self-indulgent and they're being stubborn about it, but you're already bogged down. It's the last day of the month, and you can't do anything today. Well, you know what? Little Taurus energy might be able to communicate that information to all of their friends or family, but you know what? They're stubborn, and they're not going to take the risks. It might not make them happy. They're not going to take the risks. They're putting their foot down. This energy is last day of the month. Financially bogged down. Money is tight. You're not taking the risk. You're going to be stubborn. You might want to be self-indulgent. But you know what? With the Mercury energy, I am guessing that is what you're communicating. or that is the communication or energy that is going out of you today, or from you, the energy. Well, let's call it energy. Yeah, it could definitely be an energy. It's like opening the mailbox and finding a bill that you didn't know you had. It was the last day of the month. You're waiting for your paycheck, maybe tomorrow, and you get a bill on something you didn't know you had. So you're going to have a nice little talk with your wife about that, aren't you? Okay, this is what we're talking about, okay? The energy of the day. It's energy, folks. Do not make it your own if it does not resonate. Okay, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, now, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is the heart energy. You know, let's take a really good look at the kind of things that the heart chakra would include. My favorite is, you know what is right is not always what is normal. Now, see, you wouldn't think that that would be anything to do with the heart, but it's a heart chakra we're talking about. So the right thing to do isn't necessarily the normal thing that a person would do, but it's right for you. What's in your heart? Now, my guess is okay. You're putting your foot down, you're stubborn, it's the last day of the month, you're overwhelmed and burdened. The right thing to do is not always what's normally done. It has to do with what's in your heart, what makes you happy. Now, you can feel curious and have diversified interests, so the energy of curiosity or being interested in things that are diversified, that could be an energy of this. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be venturing out to the mall. If you're burdened and it's the last day of the month, maybe you're finding something different to do with your time. Something that maybe doesn't include going to the mall. Now, the thing about it is, the Four of Swords is in reverse. Now, that might have a little bit of an impact, because normally the Four of Swords is taking a break, stepping back from a situation, which would make sense if it's the last day of the month and you're overburdened, overwhelmed. No matter what you have verbally said, I'm overburdened, I'm overwhelmed, I have too much on your plate, I'm going to step back. But in reverse, we have overthinking about it. You might be ignoring the signs that you need to take a break. Overburdened and overwhelmed, you've got a lot on your plate, ignoring the signs that you need to take a break. Do you know what? I have a daughter who tries to do too much sometimes. And she has diabetes. And I'm constantly worried that she's going to get herself in a situation where she's overwhelming herself. Because, you know, the thing about it is, if you have an illness, or you're not the healthiest or most energetic, I know we all see the YouTube videos of the guys that work out and the girls that have the great figures. But the real world isn't always like that. So you're overwhelmed, you're overburdened, and this is saying take a step back. But it also says overwhelming yourself. You're overburdened and you're overwhelming yourself. You put too much on your plate. You want to see too much. You want to do too much. You have too many things to finish. You have deadlines. You're overthinking it. You're ignoring the signs that you need rest. And this is a Jupiter energy which doubles the impact. Doubles. It like magnifies everything to, oh my God. Now the Libra energy in the Four of Swords is a diplomatic energy. It's a balanced energy, but you have this in reverse, or you've overwhelmed yourself. And the Jupiter is expanding this, and oh, there's so many things, and you only have so much time, and it's the last day of the month, and we've got that picture? Okay, good, let's make that. Now, I don't know if I am taking the right path. Am I taking the right path? Do you think that I'm taking the right path? Five of Pentacles, Mercury. The Five of Pentacles could like have something to do with recession. And actually, to tell you the truth, when I started this video, I did mention that I had looked at the news a little bit. I find it very alarming when I do take a look. But I saw Tucker Carlson was. I don't know if that's going to block this video from being seen. So I took a look at some of the news that was going on, and the Five of Pentacles could have something to do with the concern or the energy that people are putting out about the recession, about what's going on, the struggles or the hardships that we might possibly be looking at. People are overwhelmed. It might not be the end of the month we're talking about. Maybe it's the end of a season or a lifestyle. We could expand that. This is the diplomatic energy, which is expanding. You have so many things to do. They're so overwhelming. You're running out of time. You need to be careful with that energy. Because the Four of Swords in reverse is your finding the mental strength to cope with what's coming. What is coming? Is that a major concern? Because you could put this on a personal level. You could put this on a universal level. We have the diplomatic, but we have the Jupiter with expanding. This is in reverse. And that is the problem, because we're ignoring the signs, the red flags, that something needs to be put down, something needs to take rest. It doesn't have to be a person who is overwhelming themselves. This can be magnified to a different level. Something needs to take a rest. We're overwhelmed. The Ace of Wands. Let's see what the message is, Spirit. The Ace of Wands is an upright, which thankfully says good news. You're finding some enthusiasm. Maybe you're traveling. Well, I don't know about traveling because I watch the weather, but honestly, that would be just for today. Maybe you have a talent. Maybe you're getting into the game. If you're on social media and suddenly you have caught the attention of the right people and you are getting in the game finally. I don't know what's that worth, but you know what, to tell you the truth, I watch a lot of social media and I'm quite sure that the number of subscribers and how popular you are has a lot to do with it. So this is a getting in the game. You're overwhelmed. Something needs to take a rest. It could be about the recession or the upcoming economic forecasts. I wouldn't suggest traveling right now because of like what I heard on the weather, but I'm not quite sure if they're ever right. But we have good news with the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands energy is the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is the one that I've never really run into a lot with the cards that I pull. You can have a conversation without actually having taken it personal. So your little feelings didn't get hurt. I know a few people that you can't have conversations with because their little feelings are always getting hurt. And then there's conflict. Or tiptoe around somebody when you're trying to have a conversation about something that they should be paying attention to while they're ignoring you. But this is about guidance. This is about guidance. There's a situation that can be overwhelming. This is a situation where, you know what, you need to slow down a little bit and take a break. And this is about guidance. Oh my goodness, it just fell into place. Now the energy, and I don't use the crown chakra very much, but that just shouts that out. This Ace of Wands has the Sagittarius, the Aries, and the Leo energy. So that's fire right there. This is no time for trivial issues or other people's problems. Right there. No time for trivial issues or other people's problems. This energy is totally fire, so you could like find you're in a situation with somebody who's going to fly out into a temper. You know what? If somebody's overwhelmed and they need to take a break and they don't do it, they could fly out into a temper. That is like common sense. It's a given. If you deal with Aries, I have Aries rising. You know, hey, I don't want people tiptoeing around me when I get to that point. It's usually because, you know, I have something that I need to express, and I'm right. Because as a mother, I'm always right. Don't you find that to be true? This is a leadership energy. Okay, let's get back to serious. This is a leadership energy. Okay, you can be a little on the arrogant side, but it is. You have no time for trivial problems. You have no time for trivial problems. That one jumps right out at me with the Ace of Wands, because you know the thing about it is you have goals. You're investing your energy. There's only so much time in the day. You're only going to get so much done. You're overwhelmed. You need to slow down on whatever it is you're doing. This might be because you're not getting what you need to get done taken care of. And you're spending your energy on other things. And at this point, you have no time for trivial matters. You have things that are due. You have things that need to be paid. You have work that needs to be turned in. You're overwhelmed. It's piling up. You need to take a break from whatever it is, and you need to get some of this stress off of you. It could be that's what we're looking at. The thing about it is, with the energy of the fire sign. It indicates that it's something that's stimulating, something that catches your interest, something maybe you even enjoy, but something that maybe needs to get done because you're overwhelmed. You're overwhelmed with the crown chakra. And the thing is, with the crown chakra, you can have a conversation without taking things personally. You can receive guidance. Guidance is always nice. You don't have to take somebody's advice if you don't want to. But the thing about it is, it's always nice to be on the receiving end of advice. You smile, you say yes, and then you go on your merry way and you do what you want. Okay, this is the example that I have been shown with the generation today. Are they listening to your advice? Oh, how I have no idea if they're listening to the advice. Sometimes I wonder. But you know what? Give it a week or two to sink in and let them think about it. And they might actually do that, but they're not going to admit the advice came from you. Now, I see that this is, okay, my concern when I brought up the news was that normally I don't walk into a read thinking of a universal impact or a universal level, but with what's going on, it definitely looks like the official start of World War III is right on top of us. There are so many things that are going on in the world that are just like on a freight train, moving so fast. Who is directing the show? Overwhelmed. Slow down. Take a break. Get some advice. Put the work in. I don't know if this is a personal. If it doesn't resonate, please do not try to make it your own. By all means, my concern is destitution. The rune of necessity, distress, protection. Slow down. Take some advice. You're not in the position of saving the world, but you know, if you feel like you're on a train that's running through the country without an engineer, you can at least slow down, get some advice, secure the safe foundation and security for at least the ones that you love. Okay, that's my advice for today, and thank you very much for coming in to visit Timeless Energy. By all means, do come back. If this does not resonate, do not make it your own. There are plenty of other videos that I've made that you can go check out. Some of them were when I first got started. They're not all great, but there might be a little bit here and there that actually resonate with you. Please do not take anything to heart or make it your own if it does not resonate with you. By all means, come back and check out my new videos. Subscriptions help build my channel. Your comments and your likes and your subscriptions are always welcome. And there is a link for donations. Have a nice day. Come back again. This is Timeless Energy.